Hello students, welcome to the today's session of our subject, that is design of machine elements 1. Till now we have covered the topics that are shaft and keys. In keys we have seen the different types of keys in the previous sessions in this unit. So moving ahead with that session, today we will see the next type of key, that is splines. Basically, splines are keys which are made integral with the shaft. They are used when there is a relative axial motion between the shaft and the hub. Spline shaft may have a number of keyways of equal size cut in their materials. Spline shafts are used where, in addition to transmitting heavy torque, axial sliding motion is also to be permitted. The hubs are made with a corresponding number of key seats. Increasing the number of keys increases the key strength proportionally. A spline shaft usually has 4, 6, 10 or 16 spline. The spline shafts are relatively stronger than shafts having a single keyway. The spline shafts are used when the torque to be transmitted is large in proportion to the size of the shaft, as in automobile transmission and sliding gear transmission. By using spline shaft, we obtain axial moment as well as positive drive is obtained. So here in the figure we can see the spline with figure A showing the shaft and figure B showing the hub. The D is major diameter of spline in mm, while the small d is the minor diameter of the spline. Here L is the length of the hub in mm and N is the number of splines. So now we will see the design part of spline. Now here the torque transmitting capacity of spline is given by T equal to Pm ARM, where Pm is permissible pressure on spline, which is given in Newton per mm square. A is the total area of spline in mm square, while Rm is mean radius of spline. Now the area A can be obtained by A equal to half of d minus small d into L into N, while Rm can be obtained by addition of major diameter of spline and minor diameter of spline divided by 4. So substituting the above values in our equation number 1, that is T equal to Pm into A into Rm. So we get T equal to, that is torque equal to 1 by 8 into Pm, it is permissible pressure on spline, into L, that is length of spline, length of hub, into N, that is number of splines, into bracket capital D square minus small d square, where capital D is major diameter of spline and small d is minor diameter of spline. So we have covered the keys and types of keys and the design procedure of these types of keys. So moving ahead to our next topic, that is couplings. Basically, coupling is a mechanical device that permanently joins two rotating shafts to each other. For example, to join the output shaft of an engine to the input shaft of a hydraulic pump, to raise the water from well, or to join the output shaft of an electric motor to the input shaft of a gearbox in machine tools. Coupling is a permanent connection, while the clutch can connect or disconnect the two shafts at the will of the operator. This is the difference between the clutch and the coupling. Coupling are necessary to couple or connect drive shaft to the driven shaft, or we can also say that to connect the motor shaft to the machine shaft. Now we will see the purpose of using the couplings. Shaft couplings are used in machinery for several purposes. Some of the purpose we will see. The purpose of shaft coupling is to provide the connection of shaft of units that are manufactured separately, such as motor and a generator, and to provide for disconnection for repairs or alternations. Another is mild steel shafts are usually available in length 6 to 7 meters. Sometimes it is inconvenient to use a shaft of large length due to space limitations or transport difficulties. Thus, a long line shaft is composed of a number of small shaft pieces put together end to end by couplings and are supported by the bearings. This is the major advantage of the coupling. We can also use it to provide for misalignment of the shaft or to introduce the mechanical flexibility. Next is it is used to reduce the transmission of the shock loads from one shaft to the another. It is also used to introduce protection against overloads or also to alter the vibration characteristics of rotating units. The shaft couplings are used between different conditions. Some of the shafts are used having collinear axis, that is axis in the same straight line. Rigid or flexible couplings of various forms are used. With shafts having intersecting axes, universal coupling is used, and with shafts whose axes are parallel and at a relatively small distance apart, we use the Oldham coupling. So, in the next lecture, we will see the classification of couplings, their comparisons, and the design part of the couplings. Thank you.